Alright, welcome to the video. I have a 04 Dodge Ram with the 5.7 Hemi, and the injectors are pretty dirty, so I ended up buying a full set, and I'm going to be replacing all of them. And the first thing I'm going to do here is pop these clips, make it like that, get my flathead, take this off, pull this whole boot out, and then this box below should be held in with like I think like push pins or something, so they should like come right up, but that'll be on the next part of the video. And here we are, got the lid off, pop that hose off, and this part of the air box isn't bolted down or anything. You should just be able to lift it up and out. Try to get a good angle there. Just plop it up, and it's out just like that. Next step, taking this cover off right here. Gotta take that 10mm out and the one right behind the oil fill cap. And then this will pop up, and your fuel rail and injectors will be right underneath this. Let's get to it. Alright, we got it unbolted. I guess these little bolts like stick in here, they don't come out. But next step is the sensor. I think it's like mass airflow. And that's out, and let's see if it just pops right up. Yes, it does. Look at that. Look at that. Alright. There's the fuel rails. Nice and rusty, and should be fun. Here we go. Here we are. There's the injector right there, you know, all the way around. The way to take these out, all you do is pull up on that, and right in front of that, you just get your thumb, push down, it pulls right out. And now I gotta do that all the way down. Get them all out, make some room for these wires. I'm probably gonna get air. You see all that down there? I'm gonna blow all that out. Make sure nothing goes down the injector holes after I take them out. Yeah, it shouldn't be that long. Next video or next part, you'll see all the injectors will be unplugged, and hopefully I'll be wiggling out this fuel rail. I got to take out these bolts right here. You see, like there's a strap holding down the fuel rail. I'm sure there's two. Yeah, there's one over here where my finger is underneath all the wires. We are about to blow some air through here. Notice I put a towel in there so no crowd could get in there. Okay, we have all the injectors disconnected, and the next step before we unbolt this this clamp for the rail is we're going to take this little cap off the pressure release valve, and I'm going to stick my screwdriver in there and let all this bleed out onto this paper towel. Try to. There's probably gonna be a good bit of pressure in here because I didn't disconnect anything, and I didn't want to crank and let all the fuel go in the motor. So rather it go out than in. And there's not that much fuel. There's other guys that want you to do a bunch of crazy stuff. You don't got to do all that. After the fuel's out of it, it'll be safe to take the fuel rail off and then just repeat the same steps on the other side. Still wheezing out. But the goal is to keep doing this until you don't see any more fuel coming out. And we're just about there. Okay, I am now this far. Now the dilemma is, see, that's your fuel rail. How are you supposed to pull up your fuel rail and get to on your injectors when you got all these wires and that's the highest they'll go? So I labeled all of them. The coil plug wire and the spark plug wire. You know, you can label it whatever way you want. I just did L1, L1, L2, L2, L3, L3, L4, L4, and just did the right side the same way. So it's like easy and I can just plug it in real quick. So I'm gonna start taking off all my wires. I'm gonna get this big jumble of a mess out of here. And then everything should be opened up and I should be able to get to the fuel rails really easily. So let's hope for the best. Where we're at now. So I decided I'm just going to take off half the plug wires from this side, do this side of fuel rail, reconnect everything, and then move to the other side and do the same. But here's the fuel rail. It's out. And I got a O-ring stuck up in there. I got to get out with the pick. All right. We have all the injectors installed, and you notice the fuel rail before was nice and rusty, so I threw some paint on it, same with the strap, and now I gotta move over to this rusty fuel rail and do the same. In the next part, I'll show how to remove the fuel injector out and how to get them back in and do it all in one shot instead of doing individually. But here we go. Okay, the driver's side is a little bit harder than the passenger side, so you know, because you got the fuel line going from here feeding the next fuel rail, and then you got the feed in fuel that's right there, so you got two different fuel lines attached. But you know, I think I can replace them and pop them right back in without disconnecting anything else. So that's the goal. And let me see if I can get a good angle on this, just like that. See the rusty clip in the back? Just get your flat head, you go like that, and boom, out just like that. Okay, and then see this now? Okay, let's really try to pull it off. Oh yeah, with a bunch of gas coming out. Shit. It happens. Sure does happen. Now, as you can tell, just about every one of these O-rings got stuck up in the fuel rail. So as you're replacing these, make sure you check the injector after you pull it out and make sure that there's both O-rings, because if there isn't, that means it's in here or it's in the motor where it plugs in. So you got to take it out before you plug these back in. All right. Alright, and here's the new injector. And all we do is you use some grease or whatever you got, lube up that O-ring, maybe get a little bit of inside that reel. Alright, we're going to try this, and we're going to put some lithium grease instead of the stuff I was using. And just like that, that's how it goes in. If you use some lithium grease, it'll pop right in. And there's the final product. All put back together. I started it. Sounds awesome. So hopefully this helped you guys out. Give a thumbs up, hit that sub button, and hopefully I'll post up some more videos for you guys. Alright, later.